So welcome back again, and hello world, to the second installment of the duality of sensuality. Um, and picking up where I left off, I was going to go into and mention how men, there's the double standard in duality of they want someone to bed, but at the same time, there's that standard that they don't want just anyone. Um, they really don't want their woman or their person that they call their own to be the, let's see here, how do I put this? The they don't want their girl to be accessible to the rest of the public. So, because if that was the case, prostitutes and hookers would, never be out of business, or have any slow times. And there's a standard that, from what I believe, anyways, a lot of guys want to keep and uphold and to not compromise on if sex was just the only thing that they were after. Uh, I mean, there's always the hooker down on Fifth Street or something, but that isn't the case. But at the same time, when they get their own girl, lady, significant other, they there's that second standard that comes in, that they do want their woman to be, I don't know if I'm using the right word here, they do want their woman to be a hoe or a prostitute, for them, their own personal hoe. um, I guess the more correct and politically correct way is that they want someone who's more uninhibited in the bedroom, someone who's a bit more voyeuristic, not as shy, to be willing to try out a whole plethora of activities with them. So it's almost like living a secret agent life, a double life of being a lady to the public, someone that they can take home to mom and family, not supposed to be ashamed of on the outside, but yet someone wild and freaky during their own private times. And it's that duality of what we want out of our partners, and that sensuality and the sexuality of that, um, that, you know I can say and I can see how girls would be confused to what the hell guys want uh, in their woman. But again, at the same time, it's kind of complicated, but at the same time, it's not as complicated as trying to understand women. So that's a more complex topic on its own. So I guess in summary, is to say that, men for the most part aren't just sleaze bags that the our counterparts like to believe and group and categorize all of us to be, one track mind. It's more of a focused concentration uh, of what we have running through our minds. So with that, we do have a standard. It's not like, well, we do like to jump just about every bone that comes across our path, but at the same time, we do have limits as well. And for the most part, we do understand, which ones and which one not to. So I guess in that respect, that's also something to consider. Also, but it's to say that there is definitely a fine line, and women, you really shouldn't have to try too hard. You don't have to try too hard to be sensual, because for the most part it's generally the simple things that may surprise you, that your guy might find really arousing or appealing. It's not so much being topless, it could be the way that you smile, the way that you just give a shy look from the corner of your eyes, or just the way that you do certain things, the way you hold his hand, the way you go through and pick up something at the grocery store, or how to, uh, you could be trying to get something from the top shelf, and he could see that it's cute and adorable, how you might not be tall enough to reach it or something. It's just some simple things, or it could just be the perfume that you're wearing. Um, so it's just the way that you know you could be rocking your head while listening to a favorite tune or something. But it doesn't necessarily always have to be something so sleazy, and the way that and copying the girls that you see on TV dancing and gyrating their hips and bending down on the floor and trying to hump the floor or anything. You know, maybe the majority of guys might find that sexy. I personally kind of find it disgusting, filth. Um, and that's not to say that I'm hypocritical of such actions, because in certain contexts that really is arousing and sensual, but at the same time, the way that it's, I guess, portrayed to the masses, or the context that it's in, it's not always sensual to a lot of people, and some just see it as filth and disgust, and I won't even say immoral, because that's probably the wrong context for this. But you know in short and summary, you don't really have to try too hard. So at least that's my advice to the ladies out there, that is usually the simple things that you may not notice that he probably likes and appreciates you for. So I'll see you next time.